What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So in today's video, I want to do a few things. First, I'm going to address more stimulus and what is coming very soon. We're going to address pandemic EBT extensions, and number 3, we're going to talk about SNAP benefits. One of the reasons why I want to talk about all this stuff is because you guys have been asking the questions down in the comment section. One of the reasons why I ask, if you have any questions whatsoever, ask your questions down in the comment section below, is because I use the comments that you guys provide in order so that I know what to create a video on. I want to address the most pressing information, pressing updates. So that's the reason why I use the comment section. Now, first off, I just want to say thank you guys for always doing that and always hitting that like button on these videos because it really does help out the channel. But let's get into the update. Here's what I can tell you. Is there more stimulus coming? Yes. There is more stimulus coming, and I know a lot of people are going to be like, no, it's not going to happen. No way is the federal government going to provide any more stimulus checks. You're right. I do not believe the federal government, with the Congress that we have now, are going to provide the 4th stimulus check. I just don't see it. However, I'm not talking about a 4th stimulus check. I'm not even talking about the federal government. What I'm talking about is, do I think we're going to see additional stimulus? Yes. Here's where it's coming from. The states. The state level is where we're going to see additional stimulus. It might come in a form of faster rental assistance coming out, or they might expand who can actually qualify. We might see something like pandemic EBT for schools for school year 2021, 2022. That gets approved by certain states. We may see things like a stimulus check here and there. We may see something as far as essential workers, teachers, educators. We don't know, but there may be more there. I also see that many states are providing a smaller stimulus check to the lowest income earners. California has done this multiple times. We know that there's multiple states that are considering doing something like a guaranteed income program. I addressed this a couple weeks ago, that multiple states have considered this, but they're testing it out in small pilot programs. Right here in Washington State, in Tacoma, we are seeing a pilot program as well. There's multiple pilot programs for these guaranteed income programs. I think Detroit has one, right? Many different cities have them. And so that's the stimulus that we're going to see. Now, here's one thing I can just point out that I know it's going to impact a lot of people. Some people are going to be very upset by it, but the truth is the majority of the middle class Americans are not going to see anything. Nothing. We're going to see probably some tax benefits for the rich, and we're going to see more stimulus for the lowest income earners. The people in the middle are going to be squeezed and have nothing. Okay? And I know that's going to trigger a lot of people, but that is what the writing on the wall is telling us. The middle class is going to get almost nothing. So that's what we know regarding stimulus coming up, but just understand, once we see which states provide what counties and cities are providing additional stimulus, I promise I will bring you that update as soon as we get that information. But let's start talking about pandemic EBT and SNAP benefits. First, I want to give you a list of the states that have already extended their emergency allotment for January 2022. And this list includes Alabama, Georgia, Hawaii, Illinois, Iowa, Kentucky, Maryland, New Jersey, North Carolina, Oklahoma. We've got Oregon, Rhode Island, South Carolina, Virginia, Washington, West Virginia, Wyoming, and we also have Maine, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. That is the list. Okay? Let's also address which states as of right now are approved for the school year 2021 and 2022 pandemic EBT. Now, if you're not sure exactly what this is, when we are talking about school year 2021 and 2022 for pandemic EBT, what this means is that when your school is shut down in these particular states because of COVID, weather, natural disasters, or what have you, these states are going to provide your child with a set amount of money per day. Now, this is really important, and here's the reason why. Many states were reporting that children that were at home due to COVID right, that were not getting normal pandemic EBT, the problem was they didn't have enough food to eat. Well, what about those that are on, break, right? What about them that are not at school? What are they doing? Well, these states are going to provide them with additional assistance, additional nutrition assistance. And these states include, and the worst part about this is, the money's there, but more states aren't applying for this, which is just baffling to me. But here are the states that are still approved. And I reported the exact same states last month as well. We have Indiana, Ohio, Michigan, Minnesota, New Mexico, and North Carolina. Those are the only 6 states that are currently approved. So I will keep looking into this, because if your state is added, I want to make sure that I address that and let you know that yes, you have been added. But let's address the SNAP benefits for right now. Here's one thing that's been happening lately, is that I've been getting a lot of questions from people worried that these SNAP benefits are going to be lost by many because their income is increasing. And what happens with this? When somebody loses benefits because their income increases, what happens? Well, here's what I can tell you, because this is a serious issue. If you're on Social Security, and I addressed this morning as well, if you're on Social Security, your 5.9% cost of living adjustment is in many cases, going to push people up, right? Obviously. But in some cases, the 5.9% cost of living adjustment is going to push people up over the limit for SNAP benefits. And if this happens, you could actually see a cut to your benefits starting next month in January. So one thing I strongly recommend, there's nothing you can do. You can't write a letter and say, hey, I don't want these benefits. Do not increase my Social Security benefits. I don't want the 5.9% cost of living adjustment. You can't do that. One thing I can tell you, and I highly recommend, is if you know exactly how much money you'll be getting on your SNAP benefits and on your Social Security benefits as well, this is what you need to know so you can plan accordingly. If you make more money and your SNAP benefits get cut, then that you just gotta live with it. And that's hard to say. That's really hard to say, because this isn't something that you asked for. You didn't ask for inflation at 6%, 6.8%, whatever, right? You didn't ask for this. And this coming month, when inflation likely ticks up to 7%, you didn't ask for 7% inflation. You didn't ask for a 5.9% cost of living adjustment. You didn't ask for your SNAP benefits to be reduced because you're now making more money. You didn't ask for this. So this is why I say just plan accordingly, because if you know, you can plan ahead. Now, one thing that many people don't realize is that with SNAP benefits, you can buy things other than just food. Now, you can't go and buy, hot food yet. In some cases you can. I'll address that in a minute. But many people don't realize you can buy seeds. Do you know this? You can actually grow your own food. And by growing your own food, it's going to save you a lot of money. You're not going to have to drive down to the grocery store. You won't have to go and pay, $1, for, whatever, a cucumber. You don't have to do this. You can save money by growing your own food. Now, don't ask me how you do that. Okay, I'm not great with a garden. All my stuff almost dies every single year. But my wife and I continue to, try. So, again, one thing I can tell you is go and plant some seeds. Maybe you're good at this. Maybe you're good at gardening. You can buy seeds. You can buy seeds with your SNAP benefits. Now, another thing I want to mention is that multiple lawmakers have tried to introduce legislation, and a new bill could be coming up very soon, that would allow SNAP benefits to cover hot and prepared food. Now, what you may not know is that in some states that have natural disasters, they're actually able to buy food, hot food actually, during the state of a state of an emergency. And so we saw this happen last year in Louisiana, Mississippi. We saw this in California and Oregon with the wildfires. Right? We see this all the time. And lawmakers actually want to use this and take this and do something with it so that this can actually happen in every single state and not just during a state of emergency. So this is actually pretty interesting. And we also know right now that more lawmakers are pushing to get more funding for nutrition assistance. we saw Democrats have a huge win by providing additional assistance for nutrition. Now, we know Democrats initially wanted more assistance to provide for food for school-age children, but with all the assistance that's still available right now for school-age children, many lawmakers are pushing to include these nutrition assistance programs for the homeless and the lowest income earners. And so right now, since SNAP benefits recently saw an increase, I wouldn't anticipate another increase as likely. It could happen, but I don't see it happening anytime soon. But expanding the benefits and what they can provide for, what they can buy, that could be key. Okay? So that's something that we need to watch for. One thing I can tell you though, right now, there's so many discussions going on with what's going to be in the next Build Back Better Act. Because we know Democrats are going to adjust it. They're going to modify it in order to cater to Senator Joe Manchin, but also to get all 50 Senate Democrats on board. When they do this, what's going to be in the bill? What would be something that could potentially be pulled out? And what's going to take its place? So, as always, as I know more, I promise I'll come back on and share more. I just want to thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your Saturday, and hopefully you guys have a very Merry Christmas. If you enjoyed today's video, do me a favor, go ahead, hit that like button. It really does help out the channel. Also, consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.